I wrote this record while 30,000 feet in the air. Steward is complimenting me on my nappy hair. If I can fuck her in front of all of these passengers, they'll probably think I'm a terrorist.
Yeah, this is Anthony Thomas. I'm the CEO of FLS, also known as Flashion. 20 years old, photographer. I go to school, John Jay. Major in English, minor in journalism. It's basically my whole line of creation comes from just being innovative. I feel like a lot of times us as people and being in the young generation, we get complacent with things that we get. So my whole way of life with FLS is just to take the normal that you've seen and improve it. Innovate is to actually take what you deem to be improved already and actually make it even better. So that's what I'm here to do. FLS started about 2 years ago, 2010, 2009. Basically, I got on it, drew a couple designs. I met a lot of people that designed for me who actually are now part of the business as of now. But you know, I'm moving forward on supposed to. Flashion just basically stands for this high-end design. I mean, I plan to actually sew, I plan to make accessories, I plan to actually make hygiene products, like everything that I can take to actually change and make better. I'm able to do that. Basically a black Steve Jobs, just with a hood on. So that's what I'm going to do. Clothing is not per se my particular field that I'm going to stick in. I'm going to be doing everything from photography. I'm going to be working on the Brown Robot, doing the videos. I'm going to be working with model agencies. I'm going to be in internships in different magazines. So it's basically building a brand for something other than the clothing line. A lot of people get the clothing line confused just for clothing. We actually can take all aspects of anything in life and just make it part of that clothing line. You can have a clothing line that actually involves itself with construction of buildings. You can actually involve yourself with setting up a dental insurance agency. Anything that you can incorporate into clothing is what you can if you want to. Yeah, just don't get it twisted. A lot of these t-shirt brands and a lot of these clothing brands, they take one particular aspect and it works for them, but they stick to that one thing. And I feel like if you're in this to actually create and help people feel a certain way about themselves when they put your clothes on, they should always have that certain feel that they have a piece of exclusivity, and that what you made is actually for them and they purchased it because it's for me. That's how I'm really into handmade pieces. I'm really into actually sitting down, placing that manual labor into actually each and every piece that I made, because at the end of the day, that's what you have to do.
I won't be living on the corner collecting change.
Alright. So you said how you started FLS? Like how did that come? Like who was the first idea or first like image that hit you in the head? Like what's that feeling that you had? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That made you want to start that shit.
The first image in my head, I think the first image I ever drew for Flashion was like, it was a play on the I don't know if you saw it, one of those Nike shirts that had the different patterns for each letter. Like one of the ends had like a zebra, the next one had like a cheetah.
Oh yeah.
So I drew that, but I drew Flashion in that same print, and I had to put Flashion, don't do it. I crossed out Flashion and I put don't do it or whatever.
That's dope.
And I think after that, I just kept sketching the name, and like soon what became to me was Fashion Avenue. But we're no longer under that moniker. We're under We Believe Flashion now. So
We Believe Flashion.
Yeah.
How'd you come on with that?
We Believe Flashion. It was quick to be under scrutiny because it sounds so similar to Fashion Avenue, and I kind of wanted to make it kind of a unit thing. Like people that wear my clothes, people that are involved with me, people that actually adhere to the standard I'm trying to push out. We're a unit. Like Brown Robot, We Believe Flashion, because you actually present high quality, that art, that natural feel, that raw etiquette. Like even when I do anything, like even before I touch up my artwork, I present it to the people before I actually perfect it. Because We Believe Flashion, it just gives off that air. Like even when I tell people my name, it's like we bleeding. I'm like, no, it's We Believe Flashion. You just take your time, you say it. It it's unique. You really don't hear people saying flashing or what's flashing. And really, I actually caught on to it, and people put their own spin to it. Like people would say, "Oh, I always had a passion for flashing Kanye West songs and things like that." And after that, I actually saw that it caught on with some of the people around me, people that I didn't know, and I just took to it. And now it's a gang. I wouldn't say it's a gang, but it's like a club that we got going. So
that's good. It's more like a culture, a lifestyle. You know, it's like when you believe flashing, it's a lot of people. It should be synonymous with, you know what I'm saying, a certain quality. You know what I'm saying? That's what everybody wants, but this shit is real. It's kind of crazy like that. But like, who inspires you and shit?
Inspires me. Really, I can say, as far as creativity, I feel like I just look at everyday life and how people move and how people go about their day-to-day activities. More at heart, I'm more of an entrepreneur than actually just a clothing designer, because I see the unfulfilled opportunities everywhere. If you look at just the way America works and how we do things, like even this gate, your camera, the pieces on your camera, each intricate piece of your camera has a manufacturer. I look all the way past to that far back when the that person is behind the scenes. And that's how I function. Creativity wise, I just see things that people seem like, even on my Twitter, my bio, I just to innovate is to create anew what you deem to be improved. If you deem it to be improved, there's no such thing as us as human beings. We can improve anything we put our minds to. There's no set thing for something to just be done. That's how I say, like, my perfect examples with Apple. Apple has taken the phone to new heights, and they continue to do it. Every time they drop a new phone, it has a new element to it. So I feel like the same approach Steve Jobs has to the electronic world, we should have that to whatever spectrum we're doing. If you're in an office and you're doing paperwork, find a new innovative way to actually handle that paperwork and help your company become better and faster and more efficient. If you're doing clothing, find a new way to actually get better materials. Go to India, go to China, go to Indonesia. Get some raw materials. Actually be out there and feel your product and see what it is and bring it back and approach the design to something new. Because design is called design because you're creating something that's new. You create this is a change. That's what I'm here to do. I'm here to change everything, actually. And I will.
When you say you're an entrepreneur at heart, like, alright, wait, I know we believe Flashion it's just the beginning. So what?
Yeah.
Like, what can people expect from you? Like, I mean, not to say like your potential is limitless, but I'm thinking like, alright, immediate future, like next year, 5 years.
5 years from now, I just see myself just not taking over the world, because that's a legacy you have to create to take over the world. But more or less, I just see my way of doing things being accepted more commercially, more globally. Because right now I'm at a point that I'm not an indie artist, because I don't make music, but you can consider me an indie business or a startup business or anything like that. Because I'm just starting out now, and I have to actually make people want to look and to see what I'm doing. If you take your time and you have high projection, you can feel anything you want to. And that's basically what I'm gonna do. I get a lot of slack because I talk too much, and I've been telling people that I'm gonna drop. Like, I'm dropping spring, summer, blah blah blah. And then I get slack from people that saying like, oh, you don't drop. Like, your clothing line is like a myth. Like, what do you never drop? And I'm always getting scrutiny for that. But I feel like at the end of the day, if I drop 2 years, 3 years, 4 years from now, I mean, being a mediator is always good, because you're always gonna have consumer. You're always gonna be in the limelight if you're a mediator, always making things now, when it's a need for it. But I feel like if you actually sit down, make that prototype, and you know that you actually have a product that's not done right now, and it's not ever going to be done until you drop it, and you can take as many years as you want to.
But I'm just another face in the crowd. I said I'm just another face in the crowd.